Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. ये दिल पुकारता है, एक बार चले आओ। दर्शन देकर प्यारे, मेरी बिगड़ी बना जाओ। प्रियतम मेरे दिल में अरमान मचलता है। दिल की हार धड़कन से तेरा नाम निकलता है। तेरे दर्शन को मोहन, तेरा दास तरसता है। कर भी दो गया मोहन, हम भी तो तुम्हारे हैं। एक बार तो अपना लो जन्मों से तुम्हारे। एक बार तो अपना लो जन्मों से तुम्हारे। दिल की हार धड़कन से तेरे नाम निकलता है। तेरे दर्शन को मोहन, तेरे दास तरसता है। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Premanande, Haribo, Haribo. With each heartbeat, I aspire to chant your transcendental name. O Mohan, this servant of you aspires for your darshan, or your vision of you. O Mohan, I have been defeated in my endeavor for sense enjoyment birth after birth. Each of my births was useless, having not obtained the opportunity for your darshan, for your vision. You test your devotees to see if they are really sincere, but I feel that I don't have the resilience to live up to the expected standard for a devotee. However, with each heartbeat of mine, I aspire to chant your transcendental name. O Mohan, this servant of you aspires for your darshan, for your vision. You are the sole playwright of every single event that manifests in the material world. The conditioned souls are simply puppets who take up various roles in this play under the influence of Maya, based on their guna and karma. Okay, Srivas, close the door. Though they have no power to change the outcome of the events, they think themselves to be the doer under the influence of false ego. Thus, this world is a stage, and only you can understand the true nature of this play, while the conditioned souls who think themselves to be the doers certainly fail to ascertain the truth. Considering my hopeless situation, I aspire to chant your transcendental name at every heartbeat of mine. O Mohan, this servant of you aspires for your darshan. O merciful Lord, please once grant your darshan and thus eliminate my misfortune. O beloved Lord, my heart thus longs for your devotional service, and I aspire to chant your transcendental name with each heartbeat of mine. O dear Mohan, this servant of you aspires for your darshan. O Mohan, please be merciful to me, as I am your part and parcel. Please accept me at your lotus feet, since I am your servant, birth after birth. Jai Shishi Radha Nilamadava Ki Jai Gaura Premanandi Haribo. So this month is called Adhik Mas or Purushottama Mas. There is a difference between the solar calendar and the lunar calendar. And to make up for that difference, every third year and 4 months and some days and some hours, there's an adjustment that's made. And there is one extra month, and that is this month now, in order to harmonize those two calendars. And Smarta Brahmins think that this is a very inauspicious month and one should not perform any religious activities. But Vaishnava saints have said that this is the best month or the greatest month for spiritual advancement. And that whatever you do this month in terms of chanting the holy names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, or just coming to the temple and bowing down to the deity, having darshan of Radha and Krishna, Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, and Jagannath, Subhadra, Baladev, Gaura Nitai, Tulsi Devi, or giving donations or sponsoring fees for the devotees, or any kind of service that you render this month, the result is amplified many hundreds and thousands of times. This month is greater than Kartik and other auspicious months of the year. So therefore, during this time, the Vaishnava Acharyas, whether they're Sri Vaishnavas or they're Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they all recite the following 2 mantras every day. And you can repeat after me. And this time is specifically, during this month, it's specifically recommended to meditate on Radha and Krishna, Shri Radha and Krishna. So the following mantra, I'll just give a little history of it. There was a great Muni called Kaudilya Muni, and he repeatedly chanted this mantra, which is called Govardhan Dharam Vande. So please repeat. Govardhana Dharam Vande. Gopala Gopa Rupinam. Gokul Utsava Me Isanam. Govindam Gopika Priyam. And you can repeat. I worship the lifter of Govardhan Hill, Lord Krishna, who has the beautiful form of a cowherd boy and who continually plays with the Gopas, the cowherd boys. He is the Lord of Gokula, the spiritual abode, wherein every day is a festival. Vande Navagana Shyam, Dvibhujam Murlidharam, Pitambar Dharam, Devam, Saradam Purushottamam. I offer my obeisances to Navaganesham, Krishna, who has the color of a fresh rain cloud, who is holding the flute with his 2 hands. I worship Purushottama, who is so beautiful in his yellow dress, Pitambara. So one should devote themselves to Purushottama month by constantly meditating upon Navagana Dvibhuja Murlidhara Pitambara, Shri Krishna, along with Srimati Radharani. Those who do this with devotion will have all their cherished spiritual desires fulfilled. Now there's a difference between spiritual desires and material desires. If you have material desires, then you only get what you deserve by your karma, previous karma. But if you have spiritual desires, pure desires to please Krishna, there's no limit to how much Krishna will satisfy all those spiritual desires. So you see, it's actually a major disadvantage to do different types of penances, sacrifices, yagyas, pujas, with material desires. No matter how many pujas you do, you will not get more than what you deserve, according to your previous karma. But if you purify those desires with spiritual desires to please Radha and Krishna, or Sita and Ram, or Lakshmi Narayan, they're all the same person. If you replace the material desires with spiritual desires, then Krishna becomes beholden unto you, and there's no limit to how much he'll satisfy those desires. Now, there's an example of this. In 1965, my Guru Dev, Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, when he was 70 years old, he came to America with $7 in his pocket. But he came with a mission. The mission was to satisfy his guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who ordered him to preach in the English-speaking world and translate and make commentary on genuine Vaishnava Shastras, such as Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad-Gita, and spread the Harinama Sankirtan, Golokera Premadana, Harinama Sankirtana. Lord Chaitanya, who's an incarnation of combined incarnation of Radha and Krishna, came 500 years ago, and he brought this Harinam Sankirtan as the Yuga Dharma, the recommended way in this age of Kali, the age of hypocrisy and quarrel, by which everyone, regardless of their education or their social position or whatever, they can attain perfection easily in this life simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with pure intention. Just like Ajamil, he said the name of Narayana. He didn't even mean Narayana. He was calling his 10th son, right before he died. And he said, Narayana, without any material desires. He became purified of all his sins. And he was given a second chance. He was revived from death by the agents of Vishnu. And he was given a second chance. I once saw my uncle who was dying. And right near the point where he died, a doctor came, took his pulse, looked at him, and he shook his head. And my uncle saw that. So he grabbed the hand of the doctor and said, Doctor, please don't leave. Give me another 4 years. And the doctor just pulled his hand away and walked out. And soon after that, he died. Now, why did he want another 4 years? He was like, 78 years old at that time. He told the doctor, he said, I need to write my biography, my autobiography. Now, nobody's going to read his autobiography, right? Because he had basically a very mundane life. So he had 78 years to write his biography. Right? So you see, wasting time in life is the greatest tragedy, is the greatest, let's say, misfortune. Because the most precious thing we have in life is time. Even if you're a billionaire, you cannot buy back 1 second of time that has gone by. So therefore, we should use every second of our life to become self-realized. Self-realized means you understand yourself as different from your body, which is always changing anyway. And secondly, you understand yourself as different from Paramatma, the presence of Krishna in the heart. And third, you understand that Paramatma, your soul, the entire material creation, the effulgence called the Brahman, effulgence or Brahma Jyoti, all these things are coming from Lord Krishna, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality Godhead. As it said in the Bhagavad-Gita, Ham sarvasya prabhava, matak sarvam pravartate, iti matva bhajante mam buddhabhava saman vitaha. Krishna says, I am the origin of everything spiritual and material. And those persons who know this surrender unto me and engage full-time in my devotional service. So this is the actual message of the Bhagavad-Gita, which is the most profound scripture along with the Srimad Bhagavatam in the entire universe. Even the Devatas read these scriptures. Not just we read them here. The Devas read these scriptures. And therefore, when we can attain the pinnacle of our self-realization, when we realize Bahunam janmanamante gyanavam mam prapadyante vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabhaha. After many, many births and deaths of speculation and striving, when one comes to the conclusion, Vasudeva sarvamiti, O Krishna, you are everything for me. At that point, sa mahatma sudurlabhaha, one becomes a real Mahatma. And it is a very auspicious thing because it's an awakening to spiritual reality. So, therefore, this month is especially favorable for such an awakening. It's especially favorable for such an awakening. And therefore, we spend extra time in this month, allocate extra time for spiritual activities, and especially for bhakti, devotional service for the Lord. If you don't know what that means, come to the temple. That's what we teach. That's what we do. Everything is bhakti in this temple. Every day we wake up early in the morning for Mangal Arati in the Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta period, beginning 1.5 hours before sunrise, is the most auspicious time to make spiritual advancement. And in order to wake up that early, you have to take rest early, before 10 o'clock at night. And no staying up late watching television, talking nonsense on the internet, and other things like that. Take rest early, wake up early, come to the temple, or have a small temple in your house, perform Mangal Arti, wake up the Lord, and glorify him with arti and sweet prayers. And then we chant japa, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Meditating on the transcendental names of Krishna. The name of Krishna and Krishna himself are non-different. So if you chant sincerely the name of Krishna, you're associating directly with God. And Krishna says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Shinvata swakata Krishna punya shravana kirtana hirdiyantaksto badrani vidunati suhit satam. He says, I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, dwelling in the heart of all living entities, when I see that the living entity is taking a special interest in hearing about me, from Bhagavad-Gita especially, because Bhagavad-Gita is Shruti. It's Krishna speaking directly. And there's Smriti, that's great saints speaking about Krishna. So Bhagavad-Gita is Shruti. Arjuna is asking Krishna every significant question necessary to clear the path of all doubts so that one can surrender to Krishna. And Krishna is answering them exhaustively, one after the other, in very precise detail. So that Arjuna, at the end of Bhagavad Gita, he says, Nasti moha smitir labva tat prasadat mayuchyata stitosmi gata sandeha karisya vachanam tava. He says, Krishna, Nasti moha, now my moha, my illusion is gone. Smitir labva, I can remember who I am. I'm your eternal servant. And tat prasadat mayuchyata, Krishna, this is your special prasad. See, people like prasad, right? But this is the special, this is the best prasad, enlightenment. Te sam evanukampartam aham agyanamam tama nasyami atmabhavasto jnanadipena basvato. When one surrenders unto Krishna and meditates on his holy name, then Krishna, dwelling in the heart, lights up with the lamp of knowledge, jnana dipa, the ignorance, the ignorance that's covering our understanding of our eternal existence in the spiritual world. It lights up with the light of knowledge. So so Krishna says, when a person takes an interest in hearing about me, I, dwelling in the heart, take a special interest in that person and do everything to help them so that they can become fully self-realized and come back to me. So, everyone should have a goal of becoming Krishna Saka, the friend of Krishna. Okay? Krishna says that if you become his friend, if you become his devotee, bhakta, bhaktosi me saka cheti rahasyam hiyatad uttamam. He says, one who is my friend and my devotee, I reveal rahasyam, the most secret of all secret knowledge, to that person. What is the most secret of all secret knowledge? Man manabhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskru mam evaisasi satyam te pratijane priyosime sarvadharmam parityaja mam ekam saranam raja aham tvam sarvapapebhyo moksisyami mahasuchaha. This is Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 65th and 66th verse. This is the most confidential knowledge. Man manabhava, always think of me. Mad bhakto, become my devotee. Madhyaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru, offer all your homage and respect and love to me. Mam manabhava mad bhakto, madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mam evaisasi satyam te. If you do this, I promise you, satyam te, pratijane priyosime, you become very dear to me and you will come back to me. Sarvadharmam parityaja. Therefore, Arjuna, give up all your fabricated dharmas. Hindu dharma, Muslim dharma, Krishna dharma, Christian dharma, Buddhist dharma, nudist dharma, any dharma. Just give it up and surrender unto me. Saranam, mam ekam saranam vraja. He doesn't say sarva devam saranam vraja. He said mam ekam, only unto me. Just like in Arabic, they say, Wahad Allah sharik la illahu. It means there's only one God, and we all should surrender unto him. Right? We are all his children. We are all belong to him, we should surrender unto him. So, but this statement in Sanskrit is stronger than that. It says, Mam ekam sharanam vraja. You surrender only unto me, no one else. Then Krishna says, Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. I promise you that I will free you from all your pap, from all your sinful reactions from previous lives. Now this is the greatest benediction we can receive. Why? Because every time we're born with our previous karma. And we don't know what it is until it actually happens. Just like right now, everyone is peaceful here. Now you can go outside, get in your car, start it up, and we get on 228th Avenue, and then some drunk guy runs into you with his car. And he can injure you, or he could kill you. And you don't know it's going to happen. You don't know what your karma is until it actually happens. So here Krishna is promising you, you surrender unto me, I'll free you from all your previous karma. Why? Because yesam tvantakatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva mohanir mukta bhajante mam jitavata. 7th chapter, 26th verse. Krishna says, those persons who have acted piously in this life and in previous lives, and whose in all their pap or all their previous karma is eradicated, then they can take up the path of devotional service. Only then. In other words, we must be cleared of all our previous karma in order to take up Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Krishna is giving the easy way. He says, just surrender unto me. It says it many times in the Bhagavad-Gita. It doesn't say it just once. Daivihi esa gunamai, mama maya duratyaya, mam evaye prapadyante, mayam etam tarantite. He says, hey Arjuna, Daivihi esa gunamai, this material spiritual nature. Matter is actually spiritual. It's coming from Krishna. But it's more difficult to understand than spiritual reality because matter sometimes disappears and you can't see it. It's called avyakta. And sometimes it reappears. Just like in your bank account, sometimes there could be money and then sometimes there's no money, right? Sometimes someone is your friend and then they become your enemy. Sometimes there's peace and sometimes there's war. And then during war, things get destroyed. If you ever saw how the United States destroyed Germany in World War II, you would be shocked. The amount of killing they did, what the Allies did to the Germans, is unbelievable. They destroyed the whole country, the whole infrastructure of the country. Right? And of course, what they did to Japan, they threw 2 atomic bombs on Japan. It scared the heck out of them. Japan was ready to fight with the United States to the last man. And the United States dreaded attacking Japan on their homeland because they knew they would lose up to 1 million soldiers if they did that. That's how fierce the Japanese were determined to protect themselves. So Harry Truman ordered the atomic bomb. The atomic bomb was made to throw on Germany, but they defeated Germany before they finished testing the atomic bomb. So they used the atomic bomb on the Japanese and scared the heck out of them. They saw that if they kept throwing more atomic bombs on it, they'd destroy the whole country, their whole culture. So they surrendered completely. Now the United States can be really mean, especially the people that attack them. The Japanese attacked the United States. The Germans never attacked the United States, but the Japanese did. And therefore they got what they deserved. However, because of the Marshall Plan, the United States rebuilt Japan. In fact, they did such a good job, Japan is taking over America, right? How many Japanese cars are in the parking lot? There are many more Japanese cars than American cars in the parking lot, So if you ever want your country to do well, declare war against the United States. Go to war with the United States. Let them blow your country up. Then they'll rebuild it better than ever before. See? So in one sense, the United States has some good attributes. So anyway, this becoming free of your karma. Now look, every parent wants to protect their child. Right? I have a cousin, and he's a very prominent lawyer in New Jersey. His son one son that he had, that he loved very much, he died of cancer when he was 8 years old. And my cousin is a very wealthy guy. He spent as much money as necessary, as required for his son. He couldn't save him. Then there's Anastas Onassis, one of the richest men in the world in the 1960s. He owned a gigantic fleet of merchant ships. And he married Jackie Kennedy after her husband died. His son had an accident with his personal airplane. It crashed. And Onassis, he crashed somewhere in Greece. So Onassis went there very quickly. And doctors were there. And he went up to the doctor and said, "I'll give you $1 billion. You save my son." The doctor said, "There's nothing we can do." He said, "I give you $1 billion. What do you mean there's nothing you can do?" He said, "Nothing we can do." He's gone. And the boy died. Here's a man, he's a multi-billionaire. He couldn't save his son. You see? So therefore, if parents are really interested in protecting their children, you should surrender to Krishna and let Krishna do the rest. Because then you surrender to Krishna, Daivihi esa gunamai, mama maya duratyaya, mam evaye papadyante, mayamitam tarantite. Krishna says, it's impossible to overcome my gunamai, this material nature. Impossible. You cannot defeat it. And do we have examples of it? Yes. Look at Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina, or as the Muslims said, Sister Katrina, attacked the United States. The United States has the most powerful army in the world. They couldn't do anything. And she destroyed an entire, or most of an entire major city in the United States, New Orleans. She destroyed a great part of it, especially that part that's below sea level. By the way, don't you ever build below sea level. It's a big mistake. Don't make the same mistake they made in Chennai. Chennai also, part of it is below sea level. Therefore, they had a major flood a couple of years ago, right? Yeah. So New Orleans is actually below sea level. And even though they have dikes and different things, they never imagined such a hurricane would come and destroy the dikes and flood the city. So we need Krishna's protection. We don't need Trump's protection. We don't need Putin's protection. We need Krishna's protection. And if we get Krishna's protection, you have nothing to worry about. Look what happened to Draupadi. She was being stripped by these big, muscular men, Dushashan, Karna, all these people. And she had 5 big husbands. They were all big guys. Arjuna was 18 feet tall. Imagine how big Bhima was. Right? They were very vicious warriors. No one could help her. So she surrendered completely to Krishna. She said, "Hey, Bhagavan, my husbands, I got 5 of them. They're all useless. Please come and save me." Krishna saved her. And Arjuna, he was destined to be killed by Bhisma Pitamaha, because Bhisma Pitamaha is not an ordinary man. He's a deva. His arrows were invincible. But because Krishna was protecting him, he did not die. And we have Prahlad Maharaj. His father was Hiranyakashipu, one of the greatest demons in the history of the world. He actually defeated the Devatas. Hiranyakashipu tried to kill his son, not because his son had any faults. The only fault he had was he was a devotee of Krishna. And because his father was a demon, he wanted to kill him. He tried everything he could to kill him. He couldn't kill him because Krishna was protecting. So what's the message? Daivihi esa gunamai, mama maya duradaya. Mam evaye prapadyam te, mayam etam tarantite. It's impossible to overcome this material nature. But if you surrender to me, Krishna says, mayam etam tarantite. Tarantite means it's very easy to overcome. What is impossible becomes easily possible. So therefore, if you really love your family, if you love your ancestors who have passed away, you should become a genuine devotee of Krishna. He will protect your family and you, and he will liberate your ancestors, 21 generations. How do we know that? If you read the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, after Prahlad Maharaj was saved by Lord Nrsingadev, no one could help him, no one could inspire him to give up his anger. He was roaring like anything. He was so upset that Hiranyakashipu was trying to kill this innocent 5-year-old boy, Prahlad. But then Brahma asked Prahlad, he said, Prahlad, you take this garland and put it on Nrsingadev, maybe he'll calm down. Previously, Brahma asked Lakshmi Devi, and Lakshmi Devi said, no, I've never seen my husband like this before. I've never seen this incarnation. He's half lion, half man. I'm not going near him. So even Lakshmi was afraid, but Prahlad wasn't afraid because he was innocent. He had a pure heart. And he was not fooled. He saw that Nrsingadev is actually his Lord, even though he's appearing in this very special form. So he went up and garlanded Nrsingadev, and Nrsingadev calmed down and made Prahlad sit on his lap. And he said, Prahlad, I'm very pleased by you. Ask me any benediction I give you. And Prahlad said, please don't say that. He said, don't entice me with some material benediction. I don't want that. I'm satisfied just chanting your name and thinking of you. However, he said, if you want to do something for me, then bring my father back from death and save him. And Lord Nrsingadev smiled. He said, Prahlad, you don't understand. Because you're my pure devotee, 21 generations of your family are already saved. See? So we don't understand the benefit of becoming a genuine devotee of the Lord. We don't understand it. Why? Because most people think that being religious means you ask something from God. It's called the gimme, gimme mantra. Give me a new house. Give me a new car. Let my son pass the SAT. Let him get into Stanford. My back is sore. My mother's going to have an operation. You know, these are not prayers. These are banya business with God. See? So don't do business with Krishna. You can pray. A prayer to Krishna is not asking for something. A prayer to Krishna is glorifying the Lord. But to glorify Krishna, you have to know something. To ask for something, you don't have to know anything. Right? Even a monkey is praying, give me a banana. Right? So even the animals can pray like that. But to pray to Krishna, or Narayana, or Ram, you have to be able to glorify the Lord. And to do that, you have to have some knowledge. And if you don't have that knowledge, that's all right. You can simply read the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, or Indradeva, or Brahma, or Lord Shiva. They're glorifying the Lord like anything, with very profound prayers. That is a prayer. A prayer is not a gimme mantra. Give me this, give me that. That's not a prayer. And you would not accept it either. Okay, let me ask you a question. Like someone answer this question. If you have two friends, one friend is always asking you, give me some money. Let me borrow your car. Can you loan me your cell phone? I have to call India. And the other is always coming up to you and say, oh, I really appreciate your friendship. You're very kind. You're a genuine, good person. And I love you very much. Thank you very much for being there for me. Which friend would you like? You tell me. You tell me, Hari. Which one would you like?
The friend that appreciates you.
The friend that appreciates you, right? Says nice things. Right? How about the one that says, hey, Hari, can I borrow your bicycle? Hey, Hari, can I borrow your cell phone? Hey, boy, Hari, can, you know, loan me some money?
I'll get sick and tired of asking you that.
You get sick and tired of it. Now you understand something about Krishna. You know, because if you analyze yourself, you can understand something about Krishna, because we come from Krishna. Qualitatively, we're one with Krishna. Quantitatively, of course, we're different. So you can understand if one person is coming always to Krishna, oh, Krishna, I have a backache. You know, if you got a backache, go to the chiropractor. Don't go to Krishna. You know, if you need some extra money, work harder. Don't spend so much money, right? But if you want to be free of all karma from previous life, you come to Krishna and surrender, and you offer him genuine prayers of glorification. He knows what you need. He's in your heart. He knows what you need better than you do. He's in your heart as Paramatma. He knows everything about you better than you do. So he knows what's good for you and he knows what's bad for you. Like, let's say you go to Lake Sammamish tomorrow and you get your fishing rod and you go like this, you put some bait on the hook and you go like this, you say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, give me a fish. Do you think Krishna's going to give you a fish? You tell me. Do you think he's going to give you a fish? No, see, that's why people go to Ganapati or they go to Mata Day or someone, you know, because they know Krishna's not going to give you something that's not good for you. See? But if you pray to Krishna, please, my Lord, accept this service. I made some nice kheer for you. I know your mother Yasoda makes kheer for you. I made some for you today. You please accept this. That's enough. Krishna knows what you need. He'll take care of you. Right? But he's not going to give you something that's not good for you, for your spiritual life. Maybe the other devas will do that. You know, just like you go to Las Vegas and you get the dice and you go like this. Hare Krishna. And you throw the dice. No. He's not going to give you that, you know. But if you pray sincerely to the Lord by glorifying Him, then you'll see the magic will happen. You don't have to ask. Okay, so this month is the month where we give to Krishna. We give our prayers by glorifying Him. We chant His holy name. We chant these two mantras. If you want a copy of these two mantras, I'll give them to you. You should chant them every day, focusing directly on Radha and Krishna. So, that's a little bit about Purushottama Mas or Adhik Mas. Thank you very much. Who's going to distribute? So this bhajan, this next bhajan is very interesting. It says, my mind, body, family, and whatever else may be mine, I have surrendered unto your lotus feet, O youthful son of Nanda, O Krishna. In good fortune or in bad, in life or in death, all my difficulties have disappeared by accepting those feet of yours as my only shelter. Slay me or protect me as you wish, for you have full authority over your eternal servant. If it is your wish that I be born again, then may I take birth in the home of your devotee. May I be born again even as a worm, as long as I remain your devotee. I have no desire to be born as a Brahma, averse to you. I yearn for the company of that devotee who is completely devoid of all desire for worldly enjoyment or liberation. Father, mother, lover, son, Lord, preceptor, and husband, you are everything to me. Bhaktivinoda says, O Kana, please hear me. Suno, O Lord of Radha, you are my life and soul. This is a very beautiful bhajan by the great Bengali saint, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Manasa deho geho yo kichumo arpilun tuapade Nanda Kishore. Manasa deha geho yo kichumo arpilun tuapade Nanda Kishore. Manasa deha geha yo kichumo arpilun tuapade Nanda Kishore. Arpilun tuapade Nanda Kishore. Arpilun tuapade Nanda Kishore. Sampada vipada Shivane marane. Sampada vipada Shivani marane. Daya mama jelo tua o padavarane. Janana Chelatua Opadavarane Manasa Deha Geha Yokichumo Arpinantu Wapade Nanda Kishore Manasa Deha Geha Yokichumo Arpinantu Wapade Nanda Kishore Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Maro Birakobi Yoichi Tohara Maro Birakobi Yoichi Kohara Nitya Dasa Prapti Tua Adhikara Manasa Deha Geha Yokichumo Arpinuntu Wapade Nanda Kishore. Bolo. Manasa Deha Geha Yokichumo Arpinuntu Wapade Nanda Kishore. Kita Janmaho Jahabduadar Bahir Mukha Brahmajane Nahiya Bhukti Mukti Spriha Vihina Jivakta Bhavaite Tamko Sangha Anuragta Manasa Deha Geha Yokichumo Arpinantu Wapade Nanda Kishore. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Janaka Janani Daitatanaya Prabhu Guru Patitu Sarvamoy. Manasa Deho Geho Yogi Chumo Arpinun Tuwapade Nanda Kishore. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhakti Vinoda Kohe Suno Kana Bhakti Vinoda Kohe Suno Kana Radha Nata Tuhum Hamara Parana Radha Nata Tuhum Hamara Parana Manasa Deho Geho Yogi Chumo Arpinun Tuwapade Nanda Kishore. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Nitai Gaur Haribo, Haribol, Nitai Gaur Haribol. Nitai Gaur Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribol. Nitai Gaur Premanandi ki jai, Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. This next bhajan is also by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and it says, out of compassion for the fallen souls, Sri Krishna Chaitanya came to this world with his personal associates and divine abode to teach Saranagati, surrender to the Almighty Godhead, and to freely distribute ecstatic love of God, which is ordinarily very difficult to obtain. This Saranagati is the very life of the true devotee. The ways of Saranagati are humility, dedication of the self, acceptance of the Lord as one's only maintainer, faith that Krishna will surely protect, execution of only those acts favorable to pure devotion, and renunciation of conduct adverse to pure devotion. The youthful son of Nanda Maharaj, Sri Krishna, hears the prayers of anyone who takes shelter in him by this sixfold practice. Bhaktivinoda places a straw between his teeth, prostrates himself before the two Goswamis, Sri Rupa and Sri Sanatan, and clasps their lotus feet with his hands. I am certainly the lowest of men, he tells them, weeping, but please make me the best of men by teaching me the ways of Saranagati. This is a very beautiful bhajan, and it has a very profound meaning. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedoya Gauri Swaprasada Sriyadama Sahava Avatari. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedoya Gauri Swaprasada Sriyadama Avatari. Adyanta Julabha Prema Kori Paradana Sikaya Saranagati Bhaktira Prana. Adyanta Dulabha Prema Parivaredana Sikaya Saranagati Bhaktira Prana. Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Dainya Atmani Vedana Gotrite Varana Avayasya Sakshibe Krishna Vishwasa Palana. Bolo Dainya Atmani Vedana Gotrite Varana Avayasya Rakshibe Krishna Vishwasa Palana. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhakti anukulya macha karyera svikara bhakti pratikula bhava varjanangikara. Bhakti anukulya macha karyera svikara bhakti pratikula bhava varjanangikara. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sadanga saranagati hoy bejahara tahara patana sune Shinanda Kumara. Sadanga saranagati hoy bejahara tahara patana sune Shinanda Kumara. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rupa Sanatana Pade Dante Jina Gori Bhakti Vinoda Podedun Adat Gori. Rupa Sanatana Pade Dante Jina Gori Bhakti Vinoda Podedun Adat Gori. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Gori Swaprasada Sriyadam Sava Avatari. Kandiya Kandiya Bole Amito Adama Shikaya Saranagati Koro He Utama. Kandiya Bole Amito Tugama Shikaya Saranagati Koro He Utama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nita Gora Haribo, Haribo, Gora Haribo, Nita Gora Haribo, Nita Gora Haribo, 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 Nita Gora Haribo, Nita Gora Premanandi Ki Jai. In the land of Nadia, on the island of Godruma, the magnanimous Lord Nityananda, the eternal companion of Lord Chaitanya, actually Lord Nityananda is Krishna's brother, Balaram, and Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. Lord Nityananda has opened up the marketplace of the holy name, meant for the deliverance of all fallen souls. O people of faith, O people of faith, by the order of Lord Gauranga, O brothers, I beg these three requests of you: chant Krishna, worship Krishna, and teach others about Krishna. Being careful to remain free from offenses, just take the holy name of Lord Krishna. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, and Krishna is the treasure of your life. Giving up all sinful activities, carry on your worldly duties only in relation to Lord Krishna. The showing of compassion to other souls by loudly chanting the holy name of Krishna is the essence of all forms of religion. Nadia Godru Nityananda Mahajan. Nadia Godru Nityananda Mahajan. Bolo Patiya Chena Mahata Jivera Gayan. Bolo Patiya Chena Mahata Jivera Gayan. Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane. Bolo Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane. Bolo Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane. Bolo Prabhu Rajnai Bayamaji Bhiksha. Bolo Prabhu Rajnai Bayamaji Bhiksha. Bolo Bolo Krishna Bhajo Krishna Koro Krishna Siksha. Bolo Bolo Krishna Bhajo Krishna Koro Krishna Siksha. Bolo Krishna Bhajo Krishna Koro Krishna Siksha. Bolo Nadia Godru Nityananda Mahajan. Bolo Bolo Nadia Godru Mein Nityananda Mahajan. Pati Ache Namahat Jivehra Karan. Bolo Pati Ache Namahat Jivehra Karan. Bolo Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane. Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane. Aparada sunya hoye loho Krishna na. Hey bolo aparada lohe Krishna, hoye Krishna na. Huh? Huh? Okay, 1 second. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Danaka. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Danaka. Look in here. What are you looking? A book. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Danaka. Alright, I'll get it later. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, I'll find it. Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane. Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane. It's not there, it's not there. Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane. Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane. Krishna samsara koro chadiyanachar. Krishna samsara koro chadiyanachar. Jivadoya Krishna nam sarvadharmasar. Bolo Jivadoya Krishna nam sarvadharmasar. Bolo Jivadoya Krishna nam sarvadharmasar. Bolo Jivadoya Krishna nam sarvadharmasar. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane, Bola Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane. Shadavan Jane, Shadavan Jane. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gauram. Nitai Gaur, Premanande ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Yasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Nilamadava ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad-Gita Grantha Raj ki jai, Bolo Kanayalal Shamalal ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad-Gita Grantha Raj ki jai. Haribo, Haribo. So today we're going to discuss the 6th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, text number 27. We can repeat after me. Prashanta manasam yenam. Prashanta manasam yenam. Yoginam sukham uttamam. Yoginam sukham uttamam. Upaiti santarajasam. Upaiti Shantarajasam Brahmabhutam Akalmasam Brahmabhutam Akalmasam Pashanta Manasam Yenam Yoginam Sukhamuttamam Upaiti Shantarajasam Brahmabhutam Akalmasam. Prashanta, peaceful, fixed on the lotus feet of Krishna. Manasam, whose mind, he, certainly. Enam, this. Yoginam, yogi. Sukham, happiness. Uttamam, the highest. Upaiti, attains. Shanta Rajasam, his passion pacified. Brahmabhutam, liberation by identification with the Absolute. Akalmasam, freed from all past sinful reactions. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Brahmabhuta is the stage of being free from material contamination and situated in the transcendental service of the Lord. Mad Bhaktim Labhate Param, Bhagavad-Gita 1854. One cannot remain in the quality of Brahman, the Absolute, until one's mind is fixed on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Savai Manak Padaravindayo. To be always engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, or to remain in Krishna consciousness, is to be factually liberated from the mode of passion and all material contamination. Gaura Premanandi Haribo. And the next verse says, Yunjan evam sadatma nam yogi vigita kalmasa sukena brahma samspar sam aidyantam sukham asnute. Thus the self-controlled yogi, constantly engaged in yoga practice, becomes free from all material contamination and achieves the highest stage of perfect happiness and transcendental loving service to the Lord. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Self-realization means knowing one's constitutional position in relationship to the Supreme. The individual soul is part and parcel of the Supreme, and his position is to render transcendental service to the Lord. This transcendental contact with the Supreme is called Brahma Samsparsa. So here we have two very, very powerful verses that explain, one, how to attain the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. Does anyone here want to be miserable and unhappy? Raise your hand. Does anyone here want to be happy all the time and transcendentally happy, not materially happy that comes and goes, but eternally and transcendentally happy? Yes? Daniel? Okay, that's good. Daniel. Nobody else wants. Oh, Pranav also wants, yes. Okay, everybody wants. All right, that's better, right? So, we see that here's the formula to be eternally happy, not just temporarily happy, eternally happy. And to become free of the mode of passion and ignorance, and to be always situated in goodness. Goodness means you're steady, you follow scriptural instructions, you have respect for Guru and Sadhu, and you have control of your mind and your senses, you're compassionate, you're empathetic, you're tolerant, you're patient, all good qualities. And would you like your children to have these qualities also? Right? They're not going to learn it in school. I'm going to tell you right now. In fact, the most dangerous place for your children is the public school. This year, more than 30 children have been murdered in public schools. This year. And it's not over yet. Public schools are more dangerous than Iraq and Syria. Because at least in Iraq and Syria, the two sides have guns, right? Public school is the only place where there's no guns, so it's called a soft target for any crazy person who has a gun. They can go in there, and by the way, public schools do not have one entrance. They have 50 entrances, and no one's guarding those entrances. So, in the morning when you say, okay, my dear child, go to school now, I'm glad you did the homework, and I hope you come back alive. You don't know if they're going to come back alive anymore. They've become so dangerous. And no one is doing anything to protect them. They're not putting guards on each door. They're not locking all the other doors, only having one door open so people have to be vetted when they come in. They're leaving all the doors, they haven't changed anything. So many kids have been killed this year, they haven't changed anything as far as security goes. But if your child goes to an elite private school, like the daughters of Obama, or like Trump's son, they have armed guards in those schools. Armed guards with guns. So their children are protected, and your children are not protected. You see? Not only that, worse than that, they teach your kids junk, such as gender neutrality. You can't address a child anymore as he or she. Did you know that? You're not allowed to use he or she anymore. You're supposed to use like it. It was just here and it has just left. I mean, it's funny, but it's sad. And nowadays they teach kids, you can be any gender you want. Don't tell your wife, don't tell your parents. If you're a boy and you think you're a girl, you're allowed to use the girls' bathroom. And if you think you're a girl, if you're a girl and you think you're a boy, you're allowed to use the boys' bathroom. But don't tell your parents. You see? This is going on all over the country now. And they're teaching kids junk. It all started with a big bang. If I make a big bang in your kitchen, what happens? Does it start creation or does it end creation? You know. We all come from monkeys. I don't have a monkey in my family. Anybody here believe they have a monkey in their family, in their ancestry? Yes? You believe? Oh, okay. They're teaching kids junk today. And this has nothing to do with this verse. This verse is talking, these two verses are talking about identifying with the original father. He's not a monkey. The original father is Krishna. And he's the most beautiful person. And everything is coming from this Krishna. The whole spiritual world is emanated from Krishna. The entire material world is coming from Krishna. It's made with his own energy. Bhumir apo nalo vayukam mano buddhirevacha. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are his energies. The Brahma Jyoti, the spiritual light, that illuminates the whole spiritual world is coming from Krishna. And that spiritual light comes into the material world by being reflected off of the sun. That's why our sunlight, from the one sun in the universe, is the source of energy and life for everything. If the sun stopped shining, everything would die. See? Because that is a spiritual energy. It's not a material energy. See? And because it's spiritual, it's unending. No one knows when it started. No one knows when it's going to end. It's not like the electric power, Puja power. Sometimes electricity goes off, right? Sometimes it stays off for a week because of a windstorm or something. The sun comes up every day. It never takes a vacation. And the sun is emanating energy all over the universe. All the planets are being energized by the sun. The principle of gravity is also based on the heat waves of the sun. See? So Krishna is the origin of everything. He's the origin of us, all of us. Whether you're Telangana or Andhra, you all have the same father, Krishna. Whether you're Palestinian or Israeli, whether you're white or black, everything is coming from Krishna. He is the original father. Aham bija pradapita, he says. I'm the original seed-giving father of all living entities. So, we should take a real interest in this Krishna if you want to solve all the problems of life. So here it says, Krishna is beyond the mode of passion. Earlier in the Bhagavad-Gita, in the third chapter, I'm sorry, in the 7th chapter, Krishna says, Ye chaiva sattvika bhava rajasas tamasas chaye mata eveti tanviti natvahunte I'm sorry, natahunte su okay. In the 7th chapter, 13th verse, 12th verse, he says, not twaham tesu temayi. He says, know that all states of being, be they of goodness, passion, or ignorance, are manifested by my energy. I am in one sense everything, but I am independent. I am not under the modes of material nature, for they are, on the contrary, are within me. So Krishna is saying in the 7th chapter, 12th verse, that he is above the influence of sattva, rajas, and tamas. The next verse he says, Tribir gunamayer bhavir ebe sarvam idam jagat mohitam nabijananti mam evyam param avyayam. Deluded by the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, sattva, rajas, and tamas, the whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible. So in order to understand Krishna, we must be free of the influence of tamas, rajas, and sattva, gunas. These gunas are compared to ropes that tie us to the material nature. Just like once there was a frog and a fish. And one day the fish said to the frog, the frog said to the fish, dear brother, I love you very much. You're so playful, you're so joyful. I want to always be connected to you. And the fish said, well, how is that possible? The frog said, I have an idea. I'll get a string and I'll tie my leg to one of your sails or wings. And that way we'll always be connected. And the fish said, okay, that sounds like a good idea. So the frog found the string, and somehow or other they tied each other together. And now they were together all the day. Then a big hawk came. Hawks have these wide wings, sometimes 6 feet wide. We have them at our farm. We have hawks and eagles there. They're very scary. I saw a hawk grab a rabbit. It's the scariest thing I've seen in a long time. Well, no, I've also seen Obama and Trump, so they're a little scarier, you know. But this hawk, you know, he came, the rabbit was innocent, you know, he was just playing in an open field. The other rabbits saw the hawk, they ran away, but this one rabbit, I guess it was younger, it didn't see. And the hawk came down, grabbed the rabbit and flew away. It's frightening, right? So in the same way, we're influenced by the modes of material nature. They grab us like a rope and hold on to us. And it's very difficult to let go. However, Krishna explains the secret, how to become free of these gunas. Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva. Mam chayo vibhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunam samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. 14th chapter, 26th verse, where Krishna tells Arjuna, he says, one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the gunas, the modes of material nature, and thus comes to the level of Brahman. So what is he saying by this? He's saying that everyone is under the influence of these gunas, but he isn't. So in order to understand Krishna, you have to rise above the influence of sattva, rajas, and tamas, and you come to visuddha sattva, transcendental goodness. Then you're able to understand Krishna. Otherwise, you can try, but you will not really understand who Krishna is. But the way to do that is actually easy. It's called sharanam, surrendering to the Lord. So Krishna is explaining how to surrender to him. He says, Aham sarvasya prabhava, matak sarvam pavartate, iti matva bhajante imam, buddha bhava samanvritaha. He says, I am the origin of everything material and spiritual. Those who know this, surrender unto me and engage all the time in my service. So, what are we trying to teach here in the temple? Can you guess what we're trying to teach? What do you think we're trying to teach here, sir? How to make money on the stock market? No. Okay. How to flip houses? No. What are we teaching here? We're trying to teach who is Krishna. Krishna is not some obscure, rural, pristine deity or one of the devatas. He is Bhagavan Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the origin of everything. Janmadasya yata. Everything is coming from him. Let's hear what Arjuna thinks about Krishna. He's speaking directly to Krishna in the 11th chapter. And he says to Krishna, he says, Kamach chatena nameran mahatman garishyase brahmanopi adikatre ananta devesa jagan nivasa tvam aksharam sada satat param yat. Chapter 11, verse 37, Bhagavad-Gita. Arjuna says, O great one, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you, O limitless one, God of gods, refuge of the universe? He says Jagan Nivasa. Nivasa is what? A house, right? So he's Jagan Nivasa. He's the refuge of the whole universe. You are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. So, to understand someone who's transcendental to the influence of this material nature, of the three modes of material nature, you have to rise above the influence of the three modes. But the only way you can do that is first understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and second, engage in his service. Through service, you demonstrate respect, appreciation, affection, and then eventually love through service. Just like when a wife tells her husband, I don't love you anymore, you wash the dishes, you wash your clothes, you cook for yourself, and don't ask me to do anything. Is that right or wrong? You agree? Okay. So, love is demonstrated by service. And service is our essential connection to Krishna. No service, no Krishna. Okay. And then what else does Arjuna say? He says also, Stane Rishikesha Tava Pakritya. Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name. And thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. So what Arjuna is saying is that Krishna is Rishikesha, master of the senses. That means you have, and I have, 5 senses, and the mind is the 6th sense. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. These are our senses. These are called knowledge-acquiring senses. If you have no eyes, no ears, no tongue, no skin, you don't understand anything. You live in a dark world. These are knowledge-acquiring senses. Krishna is the owner of our senses. He's called Rishikesha. That means he's the owner of our senses. They belong to him. Therefore, what do you think we should do with our senses? Go to Disneyland and see Donald Duck? Or should we go to Vrindavan and see Radha Krishna? Or should we go to Srirangam and see Lakshmi and Ranganath? See? Our senses are only meant to acquire knowledge about Krishna. They're not meant for anything else. And by acquiring knowledge about Krishna, you find out who you are. You can only understand who you are in relationship to someone else. If you have no one that loves you, no friends, no enemies, you're absolutely alone, you can't really understand who you are. You only understand who you are in relationship with others. And the best person with whom you can understand who you are is Krishna. Because he's the eternal Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you really want to understand who you are, you have to understand your relationship to Krishna. So, our senses belong to Krishna, our body belongs to Krishna. The process of perception by which we perceive things with our senses belongs to Krishna. The objects of our senses, this world, trees, birds, everything, it all belongs to Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. Sarva Loka Maheshwara. He's the Maheshwara of everything. Therefore, we should learn to use everything correctly in Krishna's service. So here, we must rise above the influence of the modes, the gunas, to understand Krishna. And the easy way is to engage in devotional service. If we surrender to Krishna, then he promises us that he'll free us from our previous karma. This is extremely important. This is the reason why I joined Krishna consciousness. When I understood this one point, I knew that I had very bad karma. And bad things were happening to me regularly. And when I read this in the Bhagavad-Gita, where Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityaja ma'amekam saranam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksisyami masucha. The key phrase there is aham tvam sarva papebhyo. Aham, I, tvam, you, sarva papebhyo mokshyami. I will liberate you from all pap, from all sins incurred in previous lifetimes and in this lifetime. No one else can promise you that. You can go to these New Age gurus and they'll say, well, now we will do some chakra cleaning. They can clean your chakra, but they're not going to clean your karma. You understand? By the way, there's no such thing as chakra cleaning. That's nonsense. But there is aham tvam sarva papyapyo, cleaning yourself, being not clean, but being relieved from your karma. Now this is important because we don't know what our karma is until it happens, right? So I had a friend of mine, he's a very wealthy guy. He studied one stock on the stock exchange for 1 year continually, until he came to the conclusion that that stock is vastly underestimated and it has tremendous growth potential. So he took $2 million of his money and invested in that stock. And 1 week after he did that, I went to see him, and he was like talking to himself. I said, Prabhu, what's the matter? That Kramer! I'm going to kill that Kramer! You know who Kramer is? Yeah, he's a guru, but not a spiritual guru, a stock guru, meaning he's a nonsense. And the day he invested in the stocks, in that stock, Kramer told everyone, don't ever buy that stock. It's junk. But he didn't hear it. He was buying the stock. And the day after he bought that stock, it tanked. He lost $2 million in one day. This is after studying it for 1 year. So this is what happens to people who study something with the view of making money and are not attentive to details. He lost everything in one day. In the same way, we should be attentive to details. What is the most important detail? What is my origin? You cannot say my origin is I was born in America, I am American. No, because you've been born many times. Who were you in the previous life? Who were you previous to that life? So what is our origin? If you go back far enough, you'll see that your origin is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, who or what is your real family? We're all in the family of Krishna. And there's varieties. Some people are tall, some people are short. Some people are intelligent, some people are not so intelligent. Some people are white, some people are brown, some people are black, some people are yellow. Right? So there's a lot of differences, but they're called varieties. They're not called differences. The unifying principle is our soul. Our soul is Atma. And Krishna is Param Atma. Therefore, we're all part of the same family. So, did you know that? We're all part of the same. Huh? You know that? Okay. So, now, some people know it, some people don't. Now, if we're all part of the same family, we should listen to our ancestor, our original ancestor, Krishna. He's spoken to us directly in the Bhagavad-Gita. He's answered every question we need to get answered in order to surrender to him. He's explained who he is. He's explained who you are and who I am. He's explained what is time. He's explained what is this material world. And he's explained what is your and my duty in life, real duty. See, is the wife's real duty to iron the clothes, wash the clothes, go to Costco, buy the food, come back, cook the food, clean the dishes, take care of the kids? Yeah, that's a duty. That's called lower swadharma. But there's a higher swadharma called sat swadharma. Swadharma means what you should be doing, essentially. The lower swadharma, yeah, you have to do all those things. But the higher swadharma is samsiddhir haritoshanam. To act in such a way that every action, every thought, every desire is pleasing to Krishna. That is our higher swadharma, our higher duty in life. It's an obligation, actually. And if we ignore that obligation, we suffer. That's why people suffer in life. They suffer old age, disease, death, financial ruin, mosquito bites, BP, and so forth. But if you take ashraya, shelter of Krishna, you will be free of the negative effects of the material nature. Why? Because you're living a clean life. Why? Because you downsize intelligently to have a balanced life. Just like I ask people this question. For example, I'll ask my friend Manish. Yeah, I asked my friend Manish, how many years did you go to school to get the job that you have? What's your answer? How many years did you go to school to get this job that you have?
15 15, 20, 15 years, 20 years.
20 years you went to school. Now, next question. How many years do you think you should study Bhagavad-Gita? 20 minutes? 20 months? 20 years? 20 lifetimes? See, if you put 20 years to get the job you have, you should put at least 20 years studying Bhagavad-Gita. At least. Actually, you should study your whole life, right? That's called balance, right? You study the demonic knowledge, 20 years, to work in a demoniac company. And you should study Bhagavad-Gita 20 years to balance that demoniac thing. Why do I say demoniac? Demons like money because money gives them sense gratification. So it's not the money exactly, it's the sense gratification they want, right? And sense gratification is like feeding fuel to a fire. It never goes out. It just increases. You have one house, you want 2 houses. You have 2 houses, you want 4 houses. You have 4 houses, you want 10 houses. You see, it's never finished. You have 1 wife, it's not enough, you want 2 wives. You have 2 wives, it's not enough, you want 4 wives, right? Then you change your religion, you become Sheikh Ali Bandar. Right? Many Hindus, especially the Hindus that are in Bollywood, they convert to Islam because they can have more than 1 wife. One time this lady that I knew, she was a Christian, and we were talking. She was living in Lebanon, and we were talking about, you know, relations between the Muslims and the Christians. And she said, you know, it's very difficult, especially for a woman, to live in a Muslim country. I said, why? She said, I go down to this grocery store. The grocery store owner is a Muslim. And while I'm checking out, he said, hey, you want to be my second wife? You know, she said, he said, I'm a Muslim. I can marry more than 1 wife, you know, and I'll take better care of you. So, you know, it's like pressure on people. But you see, a lot of Bollywood movie stars who started out being Hindus, they converted to Islam. Okay, we have to not just tell them to stop that. Close the door. Okay, so today we're learning something very important. That is, it's possible to be eternally happy. And what is the formula for it? Simply surrender to Krishna and engage in his service. There's 6 points of logic. If you follow these 6 points, you will never make a mistake and you'll always be happy. Okay? We teach this to our kids in our Saturday and Sunday classes, but we're going to teach it to everyone tonight. When you study logic in college, it's like this. If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. Did you learn anything from this logic? Did you learn anything that's of use in your life? Not really. Now we're going to learn real logic. First point. First point is sankalpa anukulyasya sankalpa. Only accept things that are favorable for Krishna consciousness. Right? So, if someone offers you murgi, is that favorable for Krishna consciousness? Why is it not favorable? Because you cannot offer it to Krishna. He won't accept murgi. Let's say someone offers you marijuana or charas. Is that favorable for Krishna consciousness? Why? You can't offer it to Krishna. Someone said, well, wait a minute, you can offer it to Shiva. Shiva does not accept charas. When you offer it to Shiva, he gives it to some of the demons that are around him. There's some of the, he accepts all the most fallen people as disciples. So he offers it to them. He doesn't take it himself. He doesn't smoke charas. Shiva is a devotee. He's an elevated person. He doesn't have bad habits. Right? So we see the first point of logic, sankalpa, anukulyasya sankalpa. Only do things favorable to Krishna. Second point of logic. Pratikuyasya varjanam. Give up everything that's not favorable for Krishna. Staying up late watching television, staying up late on the internet, staying up late watching movies, that's not favorable for Krishna consciousness. Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Right? So if you want to have wisdom, go to bed early, wake up early, in the Brahma Muhurta, 1.5 hours before sunrise. That's the best time of the day to make spiritual advancement. And so, Pratikuyasya varjanam, second point of logic. Third point of logic, Smartavya satatam Vishnu. Always remember Krishna. Fourth point of logic, Smartavya satatam Vishmartavyo najatuchit. Never forget Krishna. Fifth point of logic, when in doubt, go to Shiksha or Diksha bona fide gurus to get your doubt cleared away. Don't go to Ask Aunt Jenny. You know, the newspaper gurus, right? Don't ask. Don't read a book of philosophy. It's called philosophy. You won't understand anything anyway. You know. Go to bona fide Shiksha or Diksha guru and get the answer to clear your doubt. Tat vidi paripratena paripasnena sevaya upadekshami te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshanaha. This is 4th chapter, 34th verse, where Krishna says that you should approach a bona fide guru with 3 attitudes. Pranipat, with submission. Pariprasnena, asking significant questions. Don't ask, Gurudev, what's the stock market going to do Monday? Gurudev is not interested in the stock market. But ask, Gurudev, why am I suffering? Why am I not happy? Why am I always getting into arguments? Why when I go home, it's like the battle of Kurukshetra? See, these are the questions you ask Guru. These are the questions he can answer. See? And he says, just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively. And third attitude is render service. Render service, because service establishes our relationship with someone, especially Guru and Krishna. So, just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. I actually experienced this once. I was walking with my Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, on a street, and it was early morning, rush hour. There were cars going by, whiz, 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 like this. And Srila Prabhupada stopped for a moment. I almost bumped into him because I was walking behind him. And he just stood there. He had his cane, and his cane was on the ground like this. His head was up, and he was shaking his head like this. And I was wondering, why is he doing this? And all of a sudden, I felt something. I felt some kind of warmth just gushing up my body, and I didn't know what was going on. And all of a sudden, Prabhupada said very softly, he said, oh, this wind, it is like Vrindavan. And I tried to, catch my mind and stop it from wheeling around, and I felt there was a very soft breeze. I wasn't aware of it, but because he said that, I became aware of it. Then I realized, wherever Prabhupada is, that is Vrindavan. And he gave me a little glimpse of that, right? And that was a very transcendental experience. So if you ever have the opportunity to be in the association of a genuine, pure devotee of the Lord, that's what they do. They reveal the existence of the spiritual world to you. Because spiritual world, you talk about the spiritual world, it's like fairy tales for most people. You know, they say, oh, ho-hum, okay, yeah, I'm going to Disneyland, that's my spiritual world. But it actually does exist, but you have to meet someone that has come from there. So these are the genuine acharyas. So this is the way to approach a spiritual master. And what does a spiritual master do? You have questions, he's got the correct answers. How does he answer your questions? He says, aha, this question you're answering, that was answered by Krishna in the Bhagavad-Gita, verse number so-and-so. That is a spiritual master. He can show you where Krishna answered your question already. All questions have been answered already. This is the way people in the spiritual association or sangha talk. They don't say, my opinion is you should have an Alka-Seltzer to get over your indigestion. No, they don't talk about my opinion. They talk about what Krishna said in answer to your question. And that is called bona fide knowledge. It's confirmed because it's shastric. That's number 5. And number 6 logic is samsiddhir haritoshanam. Only do those things that are pleasing to Krishna. Just like someone insults you, should you insult them back? No. No. But that means two birds of the same feather. You're doing exactly what they did, and you didn't like what they did. They're obviously not going to like what you did, and it doesn't stop the argument. It just perpetuates the argument. Somebody has to refuse to cooperate with low-class behavior. Therefore, it's said in English, there's a proverb, answer a fool with silence. Because if you start answering the fool, they'll just talk some more foolish stuff. It'll never end. So you have to learn. Therefore, this is the key verse that I read every day in the Bhagavad-Gita. It's the 12th chapter, 13th and 14th verse. Advesta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmama nirahankara sasantim samadukha sukham shami santusta satatam yogi yatatma dritanischaya maya arpatamano bhadir yomad bhakta same priya. Krishna says to Arjuna, one who is not envious, but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his or her mind and intelligence fixed on me, such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. Yomad bhakta same priya. If you want to be dear to Krishna, then you have to follow this verse. Then Prabhupada explains in the commentary, he says, coming again to the point of pure devotional service, the Lord is describing the transcendental qualifications of a pure devotee in these 2 verses. A pure devotee is never disturbed in any circumstances, nor is he envious of anyone. Nor does a devotee become his enemy's enemy. He thinks, this person is acting as my enemy due to my own past misdeeds. So it is better to suffer than to protest. Have you ever heard this before? It's better to suffer than to protest. One time, a gentleman came up to me and he said, Prabhu, I have to talk to you. It's very important. Can you give me 1 minute of your time? I said, yes. You can have 2 minutes. It's okay. He said, tomorrow I'm going to kill my team leader at work. I said, why? He said, this man insulted me. And I come from Maharashtra. I don't take insult from anyone. I'm going to kill him tomorrow. He said, what do you think, Prabhu? I said, don't do it. So what? What do you mean not do it? Shivaji, he was not afraid of anybody. He defeated the Muslims. I'll kill this guy. He said, no, no, no. I said, don't do it. I said, it'll be the biggest mistake of your life. And I read this verse to him. He said, my blood is boiling, he said, but I'm going to listen to you. So next day he didn't kill his team leader. 1 year later, his team leader left the job. But before he left, he wrote a stellar letter of recommendation for my friend to replace him in the position as team leader. And it actually happened. You see? 1 year later, he came back to me and said, Prabhu, I'm glad I listened to you. He said, I'm glad I listened to you. He made me the team leader. Okay, so you see, we have to learn to control ourselves. We have to learn what is the actual purpose of life. Purpose of life is to rehabilitate ourselves from lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, and insanity, and live a peaceful life, ahimsa, and avoid, at all price, try and avoid a fight. But don't be a coward. Don't be like Gandhi. Gandhi was a saint, but he wasn't on the level of Rama. Rama was a saint, but he wasn't a coward. So when it was absolutely necessary to fight, he fought, and he killed. He killed 16,000 Rakshasas by himself when he was only 16, right? And then he wiped out the entire Rakshasa dynasty and killed Ravana, because Ravana kidnapped his wife, right? So, but Rama was a saint, and everyone in Ayodhya worshipped him because he was a saintly person, but he was not a coward. Whereas Gandhi lived like a saintly person, but he was a coward, and he caused the death of hundreds and thousands, maybe up to 1 million Hindus, because he could have subdued Jinnah. He could have subdued the Muslims if he wanted to. He didn't. And therefore, his own people killed him. So you have to think about this. You can be a saint, but you should not be a coward. When violence is sometimes necessary. Therefore, Rama was trained as a Kshatriya. Kshatriyas are fearless. They're fearless. They never turn their back to the enemy. When they die with facing the enemy. Right? They're fearless. They never back down from a fight. But, on the other hand, they can be saintly. This is what the Sikhs were thinking about. Guru Gobind Singh was thinking about this when he made the Khalsa. He wanted to have saintly warriors. Right? So therefore, the Khalsa warriors were usually not married, because if you're married, you have attachments. So you might be afraid to die. So therefore, he insisted that he should not be married, but they should live like saints. So they never cut their hair, because saintly people, like Durvasa Muni and others, they don't cut their hair because they hold their mystical power in their hair. Right? There's something about it. And, of course, Vaishnavas cut their hair because they're not interested in mystical powers. They're interested in purity. There's a difference between a Vaishnava and a mystic saint. Anyway, we see that Sam Siddhir Haritoshanam, we should only do those things that are pleasing to Krishna, and Krishna is pleased by this type of behavior, and this should be the standard for educating our kids. We should not be interested so much that they're educated to become demons, to think that the goal of life is to make a lot of money and enjoy sense gratification. One time I asked a young boy that just graduated high school, I said, Prabhu, if you could make a lot of money by illegal activity, would you do it? And he thought about it for a second, right away he answered, he said, yes, if I thought I could get away with it. Now my question to you is, where did he learn that? Did his parents teach him that? He's graduating high school, and by the way, he was going to Stanford, so he's not a dumb kid, he's a very intelligent kid, right? But why did he answer like that? Where did he learn that? He learned that by talking to the other kids in school. See? So when you send your kid to school, your child is not, especially public school, is not going to be educated only by the teachers. It's going to be educated by the other kids. And you don't know from what background those other kids come. You see. So today, it's a dangerous thing putting your kid in an atmosphere like that, an environment like that, because they're subjected to all kinds of negative influences. And unless they have a very strong cultural and value-oriented experience in the home and in, let's say, the temple, they're going to give in to it. They're going to be overwhelmed by it. I guarantee you. Okay, so we have 6 points of logic. That's our lesson today. If you follow these 6 points of logic, you will be happy your whole life. It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor now, because you're doing the right thing. And you're always making the right decisions. You see. Just like one of my kids went to a birthday party, and they offered birthday cake. So my kid said, "Where did you get the birthday cake?" They said, "Safeway." She said, I can't eat. They said, "Why? It's a birthday cake." They said, "Because my daddy told me that Safeway birthday cake has eggs in it. And we can't offer eggs to Krishna, therefore I can't eat it." That's it. So you have to train your kids. The training comes at home. It doesn't come in the school. School, they're going to teach your kid. We all come from monkeys. You can be any gender you want to be. And it's okay to have 2 daddies or 2 mommies. You want your kid to come home and say, "Mommy, I want 2 daddies." You say, this is what they're teaching today. So you have to be involved in your child's education. You can't say, "Oh, I'm taking care of it. The kid's going to the best high school." No. Kid's going to the best high school with 5,000 of the worst kids. That's the reality. So we'll stop right there. Are there any questions? There always has to be one question, because the whole spiritual process is based on questions and answers. So Mayapur, you had a question before? Okay. What do we say when they says Hare Krishna. I said that you have to wake up early. Yes. Oh, you always wake up after the sunrise, right? Yeah. That means you're not going to sleep early enough.
I wake up at 5.
Yeah. Well, the sun rises now at around 5 o'clock. So what time you have to wake up? 3:30. Yeah. Well, you're a little young, so you can wake up a little later. That's okay. Yes, Pranav. Hare Krishna. I explained that.
The sun period is a specific time. What time is it in Washington?
No, the sun rises earlier in winter and later in the summer. Why? Because of the nonsense. What do you call it? Nonsense time save. What do you call that? Yeah, daylight savings time. This is a nonsense thing. They turn the clocks, forward or backward. It's complete nonsense. There are some states that don't accept it, by the way. Arizona doesn't accept it. I think Florida also doesn't accept this daylight savings because it throws people off. But saintly people always wake up an hour and a half before the sunrise, Brahma Muhurta. And believe me, you become much healthier by doing that. Saintly people also take bath twice a day or 3 times a day. Very important for health. And many other things. We'll talk about this another time. Okay, thank you very much. We'll stop right there. Hare Krishna. We'll make our announcements right away. Hare Krishna. The sponsors tonight are Girish and Sweta family. For Ananda Mela, they've donated $2,000. Thank you very much, Harivilas Prabhu. And Karn Koshal, a $1,000 donation for our new farm in Black Diamond, Auburn. Thank you very much. Sundara Pasupati, He's donated $2,000 for our new farm on the occasion of Mukund's 3rd birthday. Haribol Mukund. Shriram and Divya family for $5,000 for our new farm in Black Diamond, Auburn. Thank you very much. They have already donated previously $10,000, so thank you. Anju and Priya family, they've donated $2,000 for our new farm. Thank you very much. Shishidar and family, they've donated $251 for the new farm. Thank you very much. Mahesh and family, they've donated $751. Thank you very much. Muthu Kumar Chinnaswamy and Hemalata have donated $1,001 for the new farm. Thank you very much. Srinivas Kasam and family, I've donated tonight $10,000 for the new farm. Thank you very much. Partha Chotani and family have donated $251 for the new farm. Rajesh Hegde and family has donated $251. Thank you. Next week, May 25th to the 28th, we have the visit of His Grace Gauranga Prabhu from Chodpati, and he'll be lecturing on Srimad Bhagavatam, 12 cantos, overview in 6 sessions. Next week, we will be also at the Northwest Folklife Festival, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And we'll have a big booth, and we'll be doing a lot of fun things and telling people about Krishna. June 16th, we have our Japa retreat. You can sign up for it. It's a one-day retreat, and chanting Japa and eating very sumptuous, fresh prasadam cooked outside. And then every Saturday, we take out our food truck to the University District. It's really fun seeing all the people come. Hundreds of people are coming now to our food truck. And on June the 10th, Bhaja Govindam Katha Sankirtanam presents Bhakta Mira, English Hari Katha rendition by Lakshmi, Aishwarya and Party. June the 10th from 7:45 to 9 p.m. I guess it's here in the temple. And on May 27th, VCC, in association with Bhargavi Bharta Natalaya and the Newport High School from 6 to 7:30, will present Shriranga, the Reclining Lord, dance performance. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hindi class students donated $130.
Who?
Hindi class.
And our Hindi class students raised $130 for our new farm. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Bol Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Premanande ki Jai, Jayo Jaya Gora Chande, Arati ke Soba. Kiba Jayo Jaya Gora Chande, Arati ke Soba. Bolo Jana Vitata Vane, Jagamana Lobaya. Jayo Jaya Gora Chande, Arati ke Soba. Jana Jagamana Lobaja. Kibadaki Nitaya Chan Bandengadadara. Ja Aroti Nikate Advaita Srini Vasachadara. Jayo Jaya Gora Chande, Arati ke Soba. Bolo Jana Vitata Vane, Jagamana Lobaja. Gorangera Lotik Soba, Jagajana Mana Loba. Gorangera Lotik Soba, Jagajana Mana Loba. Jagajana Mana Loba. Jagajana Manaloba Jagajana Manaloba Jagajana Manaloba Gorangera Doshichoba Jagajana Manaloba Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora, Hari, Nitai Gora, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gora, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora. Kibaboshi na chingora chan ratna singha chane Arati kore na Brahma Adi Deva Gyane Arati kore na Brahma Adi Deva Gyane Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Ke Soba Bolo Jana Vitaka Vale Jagamana Loba Kibanara Hari Adhikari Chamara Dulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosa Adigaya Sanjaya Kiba Shankar Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Madhura Mitanga Bhaje Paramarasala Madhura Mitanga Bhaje Shankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madhur, Madhur, Madhur Bhaje Shankha Bhaje Bola Shankha Bhaje Ganga Bhaje Madhur, Madhur, Madhur Bhaje Madhur, Madhur Madhur Bhaje. Madhur, Madhur, Madhur Bhaje. Madhur, Madhur, Madhur Bhaje. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. He Baba ho kote chanda jini vadana udvara. Jala jese vana mala, kare jala mala, jala jese vana mala, kare jala mala, chayo, jaya gora chante aruti ke soba. Bolo jana vitanta vane jagamana loba. Kiba Shiva Shukanarada Premigada Gada. Bhakti Vinoda Dekhe Gorara Sampada Bhakti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai. Bolo Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai. Bolo Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda 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 Gopala 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 Orekbo Haribo Haribo Nitai Gora Haribo Nitai Gora Nitai Gora Haribo Haribo Gora Haribo Nitai Gora Haribo Nitai Gora Nitai Gora Premanandi Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parajika Chasta Tarasatarashi Shimad His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Samakunda Radha Kundi, Giri Govardhana Ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Garanga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namaste Narasimhaya Pralada Ladadaye Hiranyakashipu Bhakshaya Shilatam Kanakalaye Ito Nisingha Padato Nisingha Yato Yato Yamitato Nisingha Pahe Nisingha Hidaye Nisingha Narashina Vadim Saranam Prapade Tavakara Kamala Bade Nakam Advuta Singham Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringham Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Tavakara Kamala Bade Nakam Advuta Singham Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringham Keshavajita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Premanandi Ki Jai Nrsingadev Bhagavan Ki Jai Gaura Premanandi Hari Bol. So, you want to sing? Yeah.